Hello, everybody. We're here with another episode of In the Kitchen, and we have a very special guest today, Chef Donna. So, Chef Donna is going to tell us all about who she is and the work that she does. And we're excited because it's going to be a super healthy cooking class. So, stay tuned. I'm going to exit stage right and leave it over to you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Heather, for the invitation and coming and being in this lovely kitchen. Hi, folks. Yes, my name is Donna Scimeca. I am a passionate home cook. I volunteered to do this today because I really wanted to make sure that young people had a sense of how to cook for themselves in a really healthy way and a fairly inexpensive way. This one bag of dried chickpeas, for example, retails for about $1.49, and I am going to make three different meals, three different dishes with what was this one bag of chickpeas. So for the first one, and I've got some folks in the audience with me today, live folks, who are going to actually be eating the food as I prepare it. So come along with me to the food processor. We're going to be making for the first food is going to be hummus. So we're just I'm taking 1.5 cups of dried chickpeas that have been soaked overnight, boiled, and so they are now ready to go. They are processed, ready for the dish. And 2 cloves of garlic are into the food processor. And I'm just going to give it a little bit of a blitz. And then we're going to add tahini. So tahini, you could another rather inexpensive ingredient, not terribly expensive at all.
I have a question. So yes. for the people at home that don't have a food processor, can you use a blender?
You can use a high-speed blender, absolutely. Terrific question.
And one more question.
Yes.
For the chickpeas, do they soak? Do we boil them?
We soak them overnight, 12 hours in the refrigerator, and then the next day put them in a pot of clean water and brought it up to a simmer, covered it. About an hour later, drain them, and they're ready to go.
Awesome.
Good question. Thank you for asking. So into the food processor, I'm adding half cup of tahini. I'm adding the juice of a lemon. And I'm going to add a bit of salt. And the nice thing about cooking for oneself is that you can control how salty or flavorful you want your food to be. I'm putting a half teaspoon of salt. You can go more or less. And now we're going to blitz. It'll be a little loud. We'll let this go until it becomes a paste. And very often what we end up having to do with stuff like this is push down on the sides so it doesn't stick to the sides of the back again. And all right, now it's starting to come together. I'm going to leave it on, and I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of ice water. I'm going to do it slowly. You'll see the consistency start to change. As it's working its magic, is it going to become fluffier and fluffier? This is what we want. I'm going to add just a little bit more water. And that's looking very good. So hummus can be served in place of, you could use it instead of mayonnaise on a sandwich. You can, today I'm just going to serve it the traditional way, which is just as an appetizer. I've just got some simple pita chips here that the folks are going to help me eat. And I'm going to ask, would you do me a favor and taste this for me? Okay. Let me find a spoon.
Hi guys, how you doing?
And of course, when we need a spoon.
So you said what else? You could also have it on like wraps, right?
Yes, you can do it in wraps, anything. You can use it as a. I want you to taste this and tell me if you think it needs more salt. Where are you?
Oh, that's good.
Good.
No, just as it is.
Terrific. Thank you very much. All right.
I like the texture. That's a good texture.
Yeah. All right. Take your seat and I'm going to serve you. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. It's lovely having folks in the audience to actually chat with, and they could let them ask questions, and we can share stories about food. And, food is community. It's one of the reasons why I was so happy to be doing this today, because I really believe in the message of Heather's nonprofit. I think we need to support our young people in any way we can. And I think giving them the ability to be able to cook for themselves is tremendous. So, all right. We're having our first meal. So just gonna give it a little drizzle of olive oil. And you like paprika, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And just a dash of smoked paprika. And for flavor and for color, I'm just gonna put this on the table. And you guys can mash away.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so that's the first thing. That's the first dish done. Is hummus. I can get rid of this. And the next thing we'll be making is a chickpea burgers. And these are, again, a healthy alternative to eating meat. We know that meat is not so great for the environment. It's not so great for us. If you're going to eat meat, it's fine, of course. But, definitely try to limit and come up with, meatless Monday alternatives, or just ideas of how you can just have some alternatives that are just healthier choices. So chickpeas are loaded with protein and fiber, and most of the world sustains itself, protein source wise, on beans and legumes. Most of the world lives on a lot less money than we do, and so these are inexpensive options out there. So I am taking a potato masher. This could also be done in a food processor, but I kind of wanted to show that there are, alternate ways. Not everybody has a food processor, and everybody has a fast blender. So certain things are a little bit more of a challenge. But this is something that you could actually make if you didn't have a blender, if you didn't have a food processor. And I'm doing this on purpose because I'm just showing you that it's possible, so that you're not intimidated by it and you're not afraid to try. If you didn't have a masher, you could do this with the back of a fork. Take you a while, but you can definitely do it. Okay. And now I'm mashing some of them to a more fully mashed consistency, and then some I'm going to leave rather almost whole, because that's kind of the nice thing about again, controlling how you want your food to look, how you want it to taste. When you cook for yourself, you have that ability to be able to make those choices for yourself. So this, oops, yes, ma'am.
So if you heat the chickpeas up first, would it break easier?
I mean, they're room temperature, so
I'm just saying for
I don't know. I mean, quite possibly, maybe. I don't know, kid. But they're going to go into the frying pan in a minute, so they're going to get heated up anyway. But I hear you. I don't know how to answer your question. All right, I am going to step out of the camera for a second because I need to just turn on the stove. I'm going to get this heated up. All right, I'm just adding into a saute pan some neutral oil. You could use avocado oil. I'm just using simple canola oil. I'm just putting enough to cover the bottom of the pan. And I'm going to let that start to heat up on medium. And in the mixing bowl, I'm going to take these crushed chickpeas.
Can we use avocado oil?
Absolutely. Avocado oil is a lovely safflower oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, canola, regular old-fashioned vegetable oil. Things that don't have, they call them neutral oils. Not a lot of super amount of flavor. Like olive oil has flavor.
Yeah, but it's not a high point oil.
Right.
Yeah, so maybe it's not.
It's not always as, it depends on what you're doing. So, excuse me one second. Okie dokie. All right. So into this bowl, I have mashed this 1.5 cups of chickpeas. And for saving some time today, I just already pre-prepared before the camera half of a medium onion I diced fairly finely. I shredded a carrot, and I chopped up a clove of garlic. Again, if you don't like any of these ingredients, the beauty of cooking for oneself is that you can change whatever you want to add to it. You don't like carrots, leave them out. Substitute it with something else. You could shred a zucchini. You can add chopped red bell pepper. You can add fresh spinach. You can add herbs of your choice. It's endless. It's endless. Think of this little bowl here of chickpeas as a blank canvas. And my artists in the room here, which I have two, are completely aware of what that looks like, right? This is a blank canvas, and these are our paints, right? So I'm adding this veg of my choice into the bowl with the chickpeas. And I'm going to add a few more items. So again, spices are something that is entirely up to you, how you want your food to taste, right? I'm going to start with about ½ teaspoon of salt, kosher salt. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground cumin. If you don't like cumin, you can absolutely, hi, welcome. There's a plate.
It's amazing to get this on.
Feel free to sit down and have a plate. All right. And all right, so I've got my spices of my choice. And again, you can substitute any spices you like. You could add turmeric. You could add, if you want to have a different flavor profile, you can leave out the cumin and maybe do oregano, parsley, some of the Italian seasonings, right? Make this a whole different experience, right?
Turmeric is great for anything. That's a great idea.
Anything. All right, so that's just tossed together. I am adding an egg for binder. If you were vegan and you don't do eggs, you could substitute using, if you used canned chickpea, right? The liquid that the chickpeas is in, the aquafaba, can work in place of an egg. And there's also egg substitutes out there, and there's also flaxseed. So, all right, so I am going to just add an egg. And I'm going to start to mix this together.
That's a great idea. That way you use all the liquid for the fava and the canned.
Yes. So if you were using canned chickpeas, that would absolutely be a wonderful way of not wasting anything. You're absolutely right. All right, so I'm adding this egg. And now I'm going to start to add breadcrumbs. This is just regular, ordinary breadcrumbs from Trader Joe's. Okay. I'm going to start with maybe ½ cup, and I want to see where that takes me, depending on, how size of your egg, depending on how much you mash your chickpeas. A lot of it determines like how much liquid is in there and how much you need. And now I'm going to do something that everybody who cooks at home, and I bet you any money, most probably often happens in restaurants as well. I'm going to swap out. I'm going to go over and wash my hands well, and I'm going to come back here, and I am going to form these I have to work them with my hands. So let me wash my hands.
I know sometimes I tend to burn my stuff. What setting do you think it's good that I put the oil on when I'm doing
Yes. And this stove I am not used to. So let me just lower this down a bit. Yeah, this is very high. Yeah. I'm gonna let this cool a little. This is gonna be on, I guess, a low medium. Okay. All right. All right. And we're gonna get ready to rock with this. And, okay. Now all I'm gonna do is just work it. I'm gonna squeeze it together until it starts to form into something like Play-Doh, right? Think of food as fun. And if you really use what you got in your memory banks, you remember how much fun it was to play with Play-Doh. And now you, right? And now you can play, now you have an excuse to play with your food. You can get your hands in there and get them dirty and smell all the great smells. And you want to get it to the consistency where it's going to kind of stick together. So as I'm squeezing it, I can feel, if you can, I'll show this to the camera. So as I'm squeezing it, it's holding its form. So I'd say I'm pretty close. Okay. So now I'm just going to form about 4 patties. Now, if you were making this for appetizers, you can make them small. You can make
You
them
do
little.
lunch, right? You have burgers.
Yeah, you can make them little. You can make them little.
Oh, you do like sliders.
You can make
That's good.
sliders.
Yeah, that's awesome.
In fact, I'm going to make them a little bit smaller so that all 4 of you can have a taste, and then I can make bigger ones.
I don't know, Miss Donna. All I can say is with the dip that you made, you can put it on. It's so good. You
Yeah.
don't even need mayo when you have
No,
it.
I agree. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's amazing.
I'm
It's so good, right?
so glad. It's there for you to enjoy, and I'm happy that you're here to eat it. All right, so I'm going to make these a little on the smaller side because we have guests that we're serving today, and I want to make sure that they get to eat something. And the saute pans in the studio kitchen are not terribly large, so I'd like to get 3 of them up and running. Okay. All right, wash my hands.
So here's the question.
Yep.
If I wanted to, could I melt cheese on them? Like what kind of cheese would you have?
I have, and you're going to see in a minute. When you get these guys in the frying pan, if you wanted to make it into a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, my oil is nice and hot. I'm going to add these 3 burgers. And I know
Perfect.
yeah, I'm going to let these guys cook for, who's got a clock? Who's got a timer? All right, you let me know when it's 3 minutes? Okie dokie, great. See, it's great to have company in the kitchen. I love to cook when I've got friends over and I want them in the kitchen with me. I want them having fun in the kitchen with me. So it's nice to chat while you're cooking. All right. Okie dokie. Now, this is how I would serve them. So this is, I just picked this up at Trader Joe's, not sponsored, but it's a buttermilk ranch dressing for somebody who wants dressing on their burger.
Oh, that's a good idea. What is it? Oh, bread?
Yes. So I have just some simple ciabatta rolls, sliced tomato, some spring mix, and cheddar. And again, if you're vegan, there's tons of vegan.
I need your dip on
You
it.
can put the dip on it. You could definitely.
Out there, right?
You could definitely do. It's like 2 sides of the same coin, right? Because you're basically using the chickpeas to make a dip, or
Yeah,
you know.
It's fresh and it's light, and with the veg,
Yeah.
mean, it's delicious.
And even if you wanted to, and I think you were talking about this as well earlier, if you wanted to make just a nice big tossed salad, And then you could you could use the hummus. You could drizzle some of the hummus, thin it a little bit, and use it almost like a dressing, and then make the chickpea burger and put it right on top. And that's a fabulous way. Yeah, especially exactly. If you're gluten free, it's an excellent.
Yeah, I'm big on this.
Okay. All right. While these burgers are getting ready, I'm going to start the final dish, which is it's an interesting dish. It's a really, really funny dish. So give me a second. I want to come over there and tell you all about it. So you may have, it's good? Good, thank you. My timekeeper is telling me it's time to turn them over. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm turning my burgers over in the saute pan.
I like the consistency that you get from the patties where it's not like the way the did it, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not cooking. We'll reset for another 3 minutes, and that would be terrific. And then these guys would be
That's
done.
very good.
So thank you. So the next dish we're going to make has 2 names, or probably has many more than that. But there's only 2 that I know of. And very often you'll see it on the brunch menu. It's shakshuka, right? Which
Oh,
is
shakshuka. Oh, that's so yummy.
so, and then the Italian version, it's got a sillier name, I think, but I love it. Eggs in Purgatory, which I love. I love that name.
Yummy.
So I am going to just take a saute pan. This is a little bit of a deeper sided one, which it's fine. I'm going to just I'm going to put enough olive oil on the bottom to basically just to coat the bottom of the pan. So maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons. I'm bringing it up on a lowish kind of heat. And I'm going to start this this is a thinly sliced red bell pepper. And the oil right now is cool, which is fine. I'm just going to add the pepper into there, and it's going to start to warm up the oil, and the peppers are going to start to cook in that. And then we'll add our other ingredients. So shakshuka is lovely. It is basically the eggs are going to be cooked, right, in the sauce that we're going to be creating. The sauce is really flavorful. It has the bell peppers, sliced onion. You can add garlic if you'd like. You don't have to add garlic. If you like it spicy, like I do, and the reason why its name is called Eggs in Purgatory is because it's a little on the spicy side. Now I have to ask my guests who are in the audience here today with me, do you guys like your food spicy?
Oh, yeah, we love spicy.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Terrific. All right, spicy it is. So these are actually, it's a great story. These are crushed red, hot peppers that my friend Mark Albano actually grew in his garden a number of years ago, and he dries them every year, and he gives me a jar of these. So these, every time I use them, I think of him, which is nice. Okay, you're going no bread for you? Okay.
You make me a tomato one.
I will. I'm going to do that right now.
So the shakshuka too is like another the thing that I think is so cool is that you make such versatile dishes. You can change a lot of a lot of different meats.
You sure can. You sure can, kid. You sure can. And that's the whole idea behind this, is to give you the options to be able to be super flexible. Because you don't always have the same things on hand either, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't always have the same foods in the house. So what do you do, right? And you still want to be able to eat it. Where are we with our time check?
14 seconds.
All right. We're in good shape. All right.
I'm gonna be honest with you, so what I like the most about the way the patty looks is that usually a lot of vegetable patties I've seen, they don't look crispy like that.
Ah.
Wet. No, serious, like black bean burgers.
Right.
That looks like crispy.
Right.
I think that's really good.
We're gonna camouflage this poor little guy because the cheese is bigger than them. So I'm going to put a piece of slice of cheese on top. I'm going to place a piece of tomato. And she actually has a whole salad over there
Yeah.
that she's going to actually have. You're welcome. Are you guys both good with tomato and you like everything? And your daughter? No tomato. Okay. How's about this? I will put the burgers on the rolls, and then you guys can make them.
Oh, that looks great.
Yeah. Where's my tops and bottoms?
I'm gonna try the ranch dressing.
Sure. All right, this is an extra roll. All right, folks, you can take this to the table, and there, everybody in the camera can see. And they're gonna top them, and they're gonna enjoy them. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. All right, I'm gonna swap out my saute pans. I'm gonna bring this one up a little bit and shut this guy off. Okay. And our red peppers are starting to cook.
I didn't have to put anything this
So what?
I eat it on anything. Yes.
Heather, would you like me to make you a burger? Okay. Coming up.
I look at that, I look at the crispy on it. I love how crispy, it tastes crispy too. Because a lot of black bean burgers, I noticed, like the veg burgers.
Yeah.
They leave a lot of moisture, that's what I'm trying to say, like when you're doing the.
Right. Squeezing them out.
The way you make, yes, the way that you make them, there's so moisture, so you get that really good.
It stays together, right? Right.
Great job.
Well, I'm glad you're eating. I'm glad you're enjoying them. I'm happy to be feeding you. It brings me nothing but joy to feed folks. There's something really special about the ability to be able to sit down at a table and share.
That's amazing.
Good. Eat, eat, eat. Manja, manja, manja. As you say, it's honey. Manja, manja, manja. So I'm just using up what's left of our chickpea.
And you know, Everly's a picky eater, veggies, good job.
Good. Good. Okay. Good. So I'm 2 for 2, huh?
Yeah, you're hiding the fiber, but it takes a great job.
All right, got a few more rolls. Hello, folks.
Donna, you're awesome. Everly is IBS, so you just found another way for her to eat it.
Terrific.
With the beans.
Welcome, everybody. Came in good timing. Good timing. Sit down at the table. Please come sit. All right. I'm just cutting up some more rolls, folks. And I'm going to give my peppers a stir. These are just bell peppers starting to soften down a little. And I'm going to just hit them with a little bit of salt. Salt is something that if you don't want your food to taste salty, the way to do that is to make sure that you begin to add salt by small amounts from the beginning of the cooking process. So I'm starting with just a half teaspoon of salt. It's going to help to bring out some of the liquid. And gonna give that a toss.
Very filling the burger, it's amazing. Oh my
Great.
God, it's filling too.
It should be.
Oh my God, it's so good.
It should be.
Well,
All right, and now I'm gonna to my peppers, to the red peppers on the pot here. We're gonna add half of a sliced onion. Oops. I'm trying not to put the container in the pot. And now I'm gonna cover these. I'm gonna cover this to try to move the process along. I want these guys to soften. I'm gonna put a cover on them. I'm gonna take a peek at my burgers over here, my baby burgers, and give them a little toss over. So we have a few more guests join us in studio, so that's why I am moving a few more burgers up. Need more cheese, right? Everybody's good on cheese?
yeah. Such a filling meal.
Good. That's what it's all about, kiddo.
Changed the whole perspective on chickpeas today.
I want you to love chickpeas. That's my
I always
goal.
did, but you just gave me more reasons to do it.
My goal is
You
make you
never
love,
did.
make you love chickpeas. Terrific. All right. That guy out of the way. And that guy out of the way. And let's see where we are. I'm going to give the peppers and onions a stir. They're starting to sweat out some of the water, which is what we want. Gets nice and soft. And at this point, we can add the crushed red pepper. Now, it's really up to you how spicy you like it. The folks here, everybody's good on spice?
Yeah.
My new people? Okay. Okay, they probably better off eating that then. They should eat these. Oh, thank you for translating. So the children will eat the, yeah. Oh, good for you. It's wonderful to be bilingual. All right, I'm going to start out with about a teaspoon, maybe teaspoon and a half. This is not the hottest red pepper flake that you can buy. It's actually a rather mild one, but it has a nice flavor. And you want it to be spicy, but you want to be able to eat it, right? You don't want it to be so spicy that your mouth burns. All right, this is going to cook.
We could put go paprika to a little while, right?
You can.
Yeah, I love that.
You absolutely can.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. How many children do we have?
2 and mom.
Okay. All right. At least make sure the children get these. I don't know if the mom likes spicy, then she might want to wait till the next one.
Okay.
It's up to her. Whatever she wants. You don't even realize how fortunate you are to be bilingual. It's
language 3.
fantastic. All right. So the onions and the peppers now have come to kind of the consistency I like them to be. They're fairly soft. I'm going to add strained tomatoes. You could use crushed tomatoes. You could use chunky tomatoes. It's really up to you. It's up to you. These are just strained tomatoes, Pommy.
Could we cut that though? If let's say we don't have
Yes,
it?
if you have fresh tomatoes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to let this come up. I'm going to add to the the tomatoes, 1.5 cups of chickpeas. Again, this is a way to boost the protein and boost the fiber, make it a healthier meal. You can make shakshukas, traditionally not made with chickpeas. I've chosen to add them because I'm going to up my protein. I want to up my fiber. I want to make this the most nutritious meal. This is a nice dish to make for brunch. It's a nice dish to make for dinner. It's a lovely, lovely dish to have with a side salad.
I've never had it before with chickpeas. I felt like this was a chickpea episode.
It's a chickpea episode. It's exactly what it is. This is a chickpea episode. It is. I'm going to put the cover on here just a little because I want this to get up to speed. And then we can talk about all the other things we could add to it. So, again, because we want to increase, if your goal is to find ways, especially for children, right? Who sometimes will give you a hard time if you're adding vegetables to their dish. This is a nice way, right? This is just fresh baby spinach, and we're going to add this shortly as soon as the sauce starts to thicken a little bit. If you don't eat cheese, you don't have to add this. Does everybody at the table like feta cheese? This is for the spicy one. Good. This is for the spicy dish. I don't know the children who don't like the spicy might like it. Mom will eat it. Good job.
I'm ashamed to say I'm Italian. I've never had the eggs in purgatory. I've made shakshuka before, but I've never had it.
You probably didn't even realize the Italians make something like it.
No, I didn't.
I know they ate them all on you. You're gonna have to have shakshuka. You'll have to come to my house, Heather, and have chickpea burger. I'll make it for you. Isn't it so nice to have guests, Heather? Isn't it lovely to have guests here today?
Well, we're happy that you had us because I know for my daughter, we actually just started adding feeds for her for IBS. So this was a godsend. Thank you so much.
Perfect. So now you can find different ways that you can incorporate these things into her regular diet. She's gonna. Oh, poor Heather. Heather, oh.
To the audience at home, I got the cheese. I got the cheese.
We were so.
Larry, you want to roll? I got cheese. That's all it's left. I didn't get anything to eat.
Yeah, baby. You want to roll? You want a sandwich? Oh, poor girl. All right, we'll make sure we give this to Heather. We're going to give her a plate with the whole thing.
You can make our shakshuka sandwich.
That's cool. But is there anything else to drink though? Because I feel like the
Probably water.
Yeah, because feels like I'm thirsty. I want my fish like
I think I know where it is.
Yeah. Anybody get those glasses?
Hi guys. All I can offer you is tap water. I'm sorry. This is not quite a restaurant. Not quite a restaurant.
So my question is for the shakshuka, you can put it on a bowl too?
You can if you. I'm gonna serve it that way to Heather because she didn't get to have the chickpea burger. So yes, you could. Normally, I've seen it. It's usually with just some.
Does she have coffee?
Yeah.
The bottled water. Okay. I mean, we have the best water in the world, right? At least in the United States. Our water is fantastic. Okay. All right, our sauce is starting to look very nice. I'll show it to you. So it's getting thicker. I'm going to leave the cover off now because it's up to the temperature I want it to be. And I'm just going to let all of these flavors marry. And then what we're going to do in a short few minutes, we're going to add fresh baby spinach. Didn't do anything, didn't chop it, didn't cut it. All I'm gonna do is add it to the sauce. And again, if you don't like vegetables, if you don't like spinach, you can leave it out. If you prefer kale, you could add kale.
Ooh,
If
that's a
you-
good choice.
Right, if you like smoked paprika, you could have
Yeah, I
added
love
smoked
my
paprika. If you don't like garlic, leave it out. If you like garlic, add it in. That is the beauty of cooking for oneself, is that you can actually just make it your own. Make it your own.
Yeah, I like that. That was the best part about today. You made
Right?
everything so versatile and with so much freedom to just make it your own.
Absolutely.
You know? And resourceful when you think.
Yeah, and inexpensively.
Yeah, that's about it.
I was able to get every single item that I needed for today. Shopping at Trader Joe's. This is what, May of 2026. Oh, thank you. And I was able to do this in less than $50. Less than $50. And you can make multiple versions. I still have chickpeas left over.
Yeah, you can make an army. This is great too for parties, like in the summertime and stuff. That dip was, oh my god.
Terrific.
The dip, I have to say, it was so good. But yeah, I think it would be you could make a great vegetarian party. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you know, in the summertime, everybody's watching their waistline, so I think it's great to have something so versatile.
And
so
some of
fun
us are watching our waistline all the time.
I know I
So,
am.
all right. All right, kids. So my sauce is looking really nice now. It's nice and thick, and it's still saucy enough to give me a little bit of room. I'm going to add the spinach. Everybody's good on spinach, right?
Yeah.
So this is about 5 ounces or a couple of good handfuls. And I'm just going to put the cover on. I'm going to put the cover on for just a short minute because I want to help wilt the spinach down a little bit quickly. And then again, shakshuka is an egg dish. So I probably wouldn't recommend it. You know, you're going to be serving vegan folks. Probably not the dish to serve because it is what it is.
It's the eggs are a part of the
It's
show.
an egg dish. It's an egg dish. Some things we can modify, and other things we can't.
Yeah, but it's still great protein. Eggs are great. There's choline, you guys.
That's
there's
right.
Fiber. And what's so beautiful about it too is the fact that when you're wilted the spinach, you're actually not only adding a versatile flavors in it, you're letting the burn out for the tomato sauce usually burns. So spinach was a great choice. You know?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I was thinking more in terms of the nutritional value, right? Because when you think about all the nutrients that are in spinach, like we know it's chock full of iron. I mean, spinach and kale are probably the two biggest powerhouses as far as a green leafy vegetable. Really, if you could incorporate either or at some point in the course of the day, it's so versatile.
I just like how the spinach releases the water, so like I know, like me personally cooking, I'm not gonna burn the tomato sauce.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Kale, it doesn't sweat as much as the spinach.
That's true.
So
That's
that
true.
was, that was smart.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes people forget, you walk away, you come back.
Yeah, sauce does burn.
It does,
Yeah,
the
yep,
tomato.
yep.
So now, and let me ask you something.
Yep.
The eggs in the purgatory. What's your mix on that? Like, what's your take on it?
What do you mean, as far as the name or like what it is?
So, like, what's your take on
I
the mix
love
of
this. I love this dish. I think it's a fun dish to eat. In fact, it was funny because I was talking about what I was going to be doing this weekend with my family, and I happened to be with my mom yesterday, and I had never made it for her. So I said to her, you know what? I'm going to make it for you tonight. So last night I actually made this dish for her, which was nice because I hadn't made it for myself in a short while. And it was nice to be able to refresh my memory so I could just work very easily without having to think too much.
Well, I'm growing fresh basil right now, so that's why I was like, I want.
Terrific. You could have added that, sure.
No, but I'm saying with the eggs in purgatory.
Absolutely, fresh basil, without a doubt.
Oh, it's shaped to be Italian. I never even heard of it. What's that Italian?
Now you can look it up. Eggs in purgatory.
Yeah, I love the taste of like fresh basil.
Yeah. So hopefully the camera's catching this. This is just beautiful. And now what we're gonna do is, to the best of our ability, because this is not a very wide bowl, I'm going to try to make some.
Donna, somebody wants to know, can you just go over again the name?
Sure. So we started out with a very simple hummus. Hummus now, there are endless recipes on about how to make hummus and how to change up the flavor profile. It was a basic, simple hummus recipe. The second thing we had were chickpea burgers that were a combination of cooked mashed chickpeas with shredded carrot and onion. And a little bit of garlic, and just formed patties with an egg and some breadcrumb. And we formed patties and we fried them. And now this last one is probably more commonly known as shakshuka, but also known as eggs in purgatory, which is basically a stewed eggs in a tomato-based sauce. And I've added chickpeas and red bell pepper and some onion and fresh spinach. So now I'm going to, now I'm going to move it on over. I'm going to lower the heat a bit. And I made little divots in my sauce to the best of my ability here. And I'm going to.
Can you show us how you do the divots?
I can try. It's a little bit hard because.
So you just press. So
I'm just going to, just making little spots for the eggs.
Very good.
I'm going to do my best. And now I'm just going to break the eggs. Try not to break the yolk.
It's like they're going to poach in the sauce.
They are.
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
right. They are poaching in the tomato sauce. Perfection.
I made Mexican one that whole fry with green salsa, but I never made it with the tomato.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
And now you've got something else that you can try out at home.
I'm excited to try the fresh. I love garlic peppers and things.
Yeah.
Super excited about that.
Okay. All right. Once you get the eggs in, I lowered the temperature, and I'm going to cover this. And I'm just going to let the eggs do their thing.
So just set it and forget it.
Well, don't forget it, for sure.
No, don't forget it.
And again, there's the extra sort of extra added benefit of when you cook for yourself, you can make the eggs to whatever consistency you like. So some people prefer their egg to be very soft
Yeah,
and
like a little runny by it.
like a little runny, and other people like their eggs a little bit more firmly cooked.
Yeah.
So you can control that, of course, when you cook for yourself. So, and this doesn't take very long. This is going to be maybe about after about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, you can start to think about looking at them. And again, traditionally, shakshuka has feta cheese on the top. You don't have to do this, right? If you'd rather not eat cheese, no one has to force you. If you don't like feta, you can choose a different cheese if you like a different cheese more.
What about the eggs in purgatory? Do you put mozzarella? I'm just trying to Italianize it.
Wouldn't that be delicious? I was thinking maybe Parmesan,
Oh, that would be
But-
good. Fresh farm.
but who would ever say no
To mozzarella.
to mozzarella?
Right? Yeah. No, the fresh farm sounds even better actually because the saltiness.
Maybe both.
Yeah.
Maybe Parmesan and mozzarella.
Then we have to watch our waistline.
You can't eat like that every day, right? You can't eat like that every day, but we could definitely allow ourselves to treat once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so these guys are cooking away. I have the cover on to help them cook. There's also, I've seen dozens and dozens of recipes where folks will talk about cooking, making this dish on the stove, which is how I'm making it. It could also be finished in the oven.
Yes.
So if you've got other
Yeah.
things going on, you could always put it in the oven and let it, yeah, as long as the skillet is oven friendly, for sure. Not all skillets are,
That's right.
so I want to make sure that that's happening. How are we enjoying everything? Are we good? Excellent. Good.
I like you.
Good.
Miss Heather.
And I was just,
Really good.
and I was curious, how did the ranch dressing work on the,
Amazing.
that was a good choice?
Yeah, very good.
All right, good. And did you tried it with both the hummus and did you put a little hummus on yours?
I honestly, I went for the ranch and I stuck with
And
the
you just stuck with the ranch?
Yeah.
But it was a good idea, right?
the
You
cheese,
could
yes, it
do
was.
either one, right?
Yeah, it balanced out, with the ranch, the creaminess, the milkiness, and then
Right.
mixed with the garlic. You can definitely get the garlic flavor that pulls.
Right.
The thing I can't stress enough is how good the patty crisp.
Yeah,
Like,
thank
I
you.
could never go back to a black bean burger again.
Excellent.
Or it's just your hand, and you would have to come back to make black bean burgers.
I would be happy to come back and make black bean burgers.
The crisp on it.
I would be happy to do that. I'd be happy to do that. So, Heather, are you able to eat eggs and cheese?
Yeah.
She's definitely eating cheese.
We're gonna,
Delicious.
and how do you like, yes, you are. I'm gonna put your plate aside. How do you like your eggs cooked? A little runny, a little hard? What'd you say?
A little runny, right?
A little runny? Okay.
So, and usually order an egg and cheese sandwich when we go to deli, right?
All right. This is gonna double as a hot plate. All right, so my eggs are getting very close to the way I want them to be cooked. They're poaching beautifully. So I am going to take the moment now to, I'm gonna sprinkle some crumbled feta cheese over the top. And because the sauce is so hot, the cheese is just going to get all sorts of ooey gooey and terrific without much effort at all. So I'm using about about 3 ounces of feta cheese over the top. I'm going to shut off the heat. I'm going to bring this beauty over to the camera so you guys can see it.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And they wanted their eggs runny, so that's what they're getting.
I like the contrasting color.
Yeah.
Very
Oh, that
bright.
sounds good though.
Yeah. That's pretty
And it's
good.
scrumptious to that, like an Italian dish. Like an Italian.
It is.
Style dish.
Okay, I think that.
Also, Donna, someone commented, and I totally agree with this, how quick and efficient this is. Where you're doing 3 meals in under an hour.
Yes.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And thank you for that. I have to say that too, one of the best game changers that anybody could do for themselves is at least meal plan for like the next couple of days. Don't have to do the whole week out if you don't have the time to do it. But if you can give yourself 2 or 3 days on sort of like basically a sketch of what you plan to eat,
Meal prep, that's what I-
and then you can prep, right? You can chop your onions, you can chop your peppers, you can have all of that stuff ready and sitting in the refrigerator waiting for you, so that when you're actually ready to cook, you can get dinner on the table in less than a half an hour. You know, Mark Bittman, Heather, Mark Bittman made a career for himself, a writer for the New York Times, food critic, writer for the New York Times, made a career on 5 ingredient dishes in under 30 minutes. Because most people work and most people are tired when they get home from work. And most people, look, it's still going to be less expensive to cook for yourself than it's going to be to go out.
Yeah, and you know what's so great, Ms. Donna, is that you're showing people that it's easy to be healthy. And
Yes.
that's what everybody always assumes, that healthy food is so expensive, too much time. It's not, if you just learn, That's
Good,
why I appreciate this.
Good for you. And I hope everybody gets that lesson because that's exactly what I hope to achieve.
Yeah, that's.
So thank you for that.
Make it easy, versatile, and affordable.
Doing my best, girl. I'm doing my best. Doing my
I don't know, I just want to have you come over and make the dip. That's all I can say about it. It's
I'm
amazing.
gonna put Heather's on. I'm putting Heather's on bread, but this is not normal.
Heather, yours is
I'm-
horrible, too.
I'm doing it this way because I felt so sorry for her because she didn't get a chickpea burger.
You got it all wrong.
She didn't get a chickpea burger.
That looks amazing.
Good.
Wow,
Yummy.
that's unbelievable.
That's a nice
That's
soft
lovely.
poached egg for you.
Wow, that's
Bon appetit.
great.
Okay.
Oh, that's what's
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah.
I love this. I'm having the best time today. I'm having so much fun.
It's always a good time here. That's what people thought.
Yes.
This is like our
This
getaway.
is such a special place.
Yes, it is. I'm so grateful.
Could you do me a favor and help serve? Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, ¿usted quiere? Es que esa es lo que piden. Por los niños no, ¿verdad?
My little egg. My little egg. Oh,
¿Quiere? Okay, that she's gonna take a little bit. That her daughter.
fine.
Nana, are you gonna eat this one?
It's yummy, right? Isn't it yummy? Isn't it yummy?
Yeah, like
Yes. Heather's impressed. She thinks it's yummy.
I think it's more than that.
All about the soup, it's so-
Are you having one?
it should.
Sure.
Come on, try it. You should do it.
See, Heather, we saved you the best for last.
We have a new guest here with us.
Oh,
Are you
fabulous.
gonna take her in?
Yeah, sure, honey. Thank you. There's another roll here. If anybody wants, I'll just cut it in half.
Yeah, but yeah, she said she'll take it.
I will, how about this? I'll cut it in half and then just in case anybody else.
Sí, quiere que prepare su nombre, el electrónico,
Maybe we should cut it like this and people can just like dip it.
Yeah, they can do that. I mean, ¿ustedes quieren pan ahí para hacer pan?
There you go.
No, they don't want it anymore. I'll just
You
take
can put it on the
Yeah.
table, whoever wants it.
You're not important.
Okay.
I just want a little bit. Everly's gonna pass.
What happened?
Everly's full. Are you full?
Wow.
Yeah, she's gonna pass.
Yeah. This has no more egg in it. This is just the
The
filling.
fact that you got her to eat the chicken is amazing.
I am thrilled.
She ate the dip. I'm so proud of you.
I am thrilled.
Oh, that's a lot, but there you go.
Yeah. All right, kids. So that is 3 meals in under an hour. I think I did it in under
You
an
did.
hour.
You did, like 11:59.
Wow. Look at that. Anyway, I just want to thank Heather again for inviting me. Thank you so much for the folks who came out on this miserably horrible, cold, wet day. We had so much fun.
Everybody, a huge thank you to the amazing, incredible,
Love you.
fabulous Donna. We will see you next time. You'll definitely see Donna again. And we're
Looking
thinking
forward to
about
it.
doing a series that involves, so Donna is at a local college as well. And so we're thinking about doing a series that involves like healthy meals on a budget, maybe involving students. All of you are welcome.
Oh, good.
So stay tuned for that. With that, we're
It's
out
a
of here.
wrap. It's a wrap. Bye, everybody. Happy Memorial Day.